We begin tonight with Pointer football. The Pointers picked up their fourth win of the season with a convincing 31-3 win over La Crosse. Ryan Swigart and Cooper Kerner switched off at the quarterback position, with Kerner throwing for 162 yards with a touchdown and no interceptions. Swigart also threw a touchdown pass to Jared Panko, although he was intercepted twice. Matt Sazinski led the Pointers in receiving with 148 yards and a touchdown and a sick one-handed grab. DeJuan Wright led the way on the ground with 81 yards and a touchdown, and Darren Ward also had 57 yards and a touchdown. Marty, we'll start with you. What did you see from these young quarterbacks?
Oh, well, they got throws in the end zone, so they got their touchdown passes out of the way. I mean, 2 interceptions. I mean, it's gonna be up and down with these guys playing. They're young. They're new to the game, or they're new to this level of the play. But throwing a couple touchdown passes doesn't hurt.
Yeah, they look kind of rough, but I mean, it's difficult when you're in one drive and then out the next. It's kind of hard to really get a rhythm going, so I thought that kind of hurt them.
And it showed, too. Only Sazinski and Pankow were the only 2 pointers to catch a ball. They were the only 2 receivers, so I mean, that you can't really – it's surprising that a team can win 31-3 with only 2 guys catching the ball.
Yeah, where's Logan Taylor? I really like that guy. I don't know where he was on the field that day. Defensively, the Pointers dominated. They held the Eagles to only 143 total yards, including just 17 rushing yards on 38 attempts. Aaron Carlin was behind the line of scrimmage all day, finishing with 12 tackles, 10 solo, along with 4 sacks, 7.5 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble. Was this a type of defense you've been expecting all year from the Pointers?
I think we expected it because last year this is how they won games. But Aaron Carlin, that's a monster day. I don't think you see many guys putting up those kind of numbers in any level of football, really. Like, you have 12 tackles, 10 solos, 7.5 are for loss, and 4 sacks and 4 fumble. He was unblockable on Saturday, and it showed that. But going back to your first question, we expected this because that's how they won last year. They had so many playmakers. They lost some guys at graduation, but this is probably their best defensive performance of the season.
Yeah, early on in the season, Aaron Carlin kind of struggled. We didn't see a whole lot from him. We expected a lot, him being a preseason All-American. So he really came out there on Saturday night with a vengeance, and I was calling for radio, and I said his name probably about 30 times the whole day. He was just everywhere in the offensive backfield, So he was doing it all for the Pointers, but I think we expected the defense to kind of control the game and really dictate how the offense performed for the other team, and this was one of the first games that we really saw that happen.
Yeah, the Pointers hit the road this weekend when they visit Stout for a 2 p.m. kickoff. Do the Pointers beat another conference foe here?
Yeah, they're one of the teams in the middle of the pack. They've struggled against the better teams, but they can handle the teams at the bottom of the standings.
I'm not so sure. I think it really depends on who's playing from quarterback position. I don't think they can really go too stout and win without a proven quarterback. I mean, the game on Saturday, the conditions were better for running anyway, so they didn't throw the ball a whole lot. I think they'll have to throw the ball on Saturday, and it might hurt them.
Well, let's move on to volleyball now. The Pointers volleyball team finished the regular season strong with a dominating sweep over Stout and River Falls this past weekend, as the Pointers won each game with a balanced attack. With the Pointers starting to play some of their better volleyball, are they a threat to win the WIAC tournament as a 5th seed this year?
I think so. I mean, I think they go to Eau Claire, right? Eau Claire drawing point as a 5th seed, I don't think that's not what they wanted. Point has the capabilities of it. We've seen it the last couple of years. They have the capabilities of making a run. They've struggled in conference this year due to injuries. I think they're getting healthy again, so I think they have a chance to run. They're not going to have to face some of the stiff competition probably till the end.
I think if they wouldn't have drawn Eau Claire, they'd have a good chance. But Eau Claire is a great team in this conference, and although the last time the Pointers played Eau Claire, they weren't healthy. Pointers are healthy now, so I think it'll be a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, and if they win at Eau Claire, then they will play in the semifinals in Oshkosh. We'll take a quick break here, but when we return, we'll discuss Wisconsin Badgers football, the NASCAR's chase for the Sprint Cup, and the Milwaukee Bucks. Stay tuned.